Hey everybody, this is Jason and I'm at the Fort Bend Children's Discovery Center at the Science Station to do a really fun experiment with you called blood typing. And this experiment is being brought to you by May W. Tape, DDS, Pediatric Dentistry, and Gulf Coast Medical Foundation. Now, before we do the experiment, I should explain what blood typing or what blood type is. Right now in your body, you have one of 8 types of different blood. The way we sort of categorize blood is there's A blood, there's B blood, there's AB blood, and there's O blood. And for each one of those, they can be either negative or positive. So you can have A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, AB positive, AB negative, O positive, O negative. There's your A's, okay? Now, why is it important to know your blood type? It might seem a little silly, like, okay, so I have A blood, big deal. It's because your blood has things inside of it called antigens. And these antigens are signatures for your blood. And if the wrong type of blood is introduced into your body, your immune system will create antibodies to attack that blood. So if you need blood and the wrong blood is put inside of you, you're not going to get better, you're going to get sicker because your body's going to attack that foreign blood. So it's very, very important for you to know what type of blood you have. I can put it into a different way. It's really important to know your blood type because your blood type has certain antigens that defend against certain antibodies. So if you have A blood, you have A antigens defending against B antibodies. If you have B blood, you have B antigens defending against A antibodies. If you have AB blood, you're good to go because you can actually take in both AB antibodies. All right, so you don't have to really defend yourself against much of anything. If you have O blood, you're actually defending yourself against all the antibodies. You have no antigens. So you're defending yourself against A blood, B blood, and AB blood. Now, there's one more thing you have to think about. It's the Rh factor. The Rh factor determines whether or not you have positive or if you have negative blood. So, if you are A positive, that means you can take blood that is from someone else having A positive blood, A negative blood, AB positive, AB negative, O positive, and O negative. Positive blood can also take negative blood. But if you're A negative, you cannot take positive blood. So A negative, you only can take A negative, AB negative, O negative. So it cuts in half. That's really important to know. And that also helps you understand something. If you are AB positive, you're in good shape because you can take blood from anyone. You can take all the A's, all the B's, both ABs, and both O's. Another important thing to know is if you are O negative, guess what you can do? You can give blood to anybody. You're able to give blood out anywhere to anyone. It's tricky though, because O negative, which is called the universal donor, is only about 6% of the population in the world. So even though it's the most sought after blood, very few people have it. So you're very special if you have O negative because you can help save lots of lives. And that's the whole point of this. It's February. It is Black History Month. And it was an African American surgeon known as Charles Drew who started looking at the way we store blood and the way we administer blood to people who are in need of it. It's because of this pioneering surgeon that so many lives were saved, and we have so many great techniques in order to store, keep blood fresh, and have it ready if there's disasters. You never know. Someday you may need blood as well. The Red Cross is one of the biggest organizations for the collection, upkeep, and administration of blood for people in need. With that, let's go ahead and do our experiment to see how we can determine blood types. Hey friends, I do want to remind you, science is fun, but it's also dangerous. With this particular experiment, you're going to be doing a lot with liquids, so you want to take care of your body and your clothes. So if you want, go ahead and put a lab coat on, but that's not the most important thing. What is important is you put your goggles on so nothing gets into your eye, and you put gloves on so nothing gets on your skin. I'm going to be putting my gloves on, and you'll see that I have them on when we get to the experiment. Let's go ahead and get this experiment going. These two white plates right here are what we call the blood wells. You have an A well, a B well, and an RH well. We're going to go ahead and take these blood samples right here. They are not real, they are fake blood, but they act the same way as real blood for the purposes of this experiment. We're going to put a couple of drops in the A well, B well, RH well of this one into this one, and then a couple of drops of the A, B, and ROH of this one, okay? I have 3 different sticks for each one because you always want to mix with a different stick so you don't contaminate anything. Once we have the blood inside, we are going to then use these antibodies. We have antibody A, we have antibody B, and we have the RH antibody, which lets us know if the RH is positive or negative. Okay? So very first thing we're going to do is we're going to put like 3 drops of, ooh, this one was loose. We're going to put like 3 drops of blood in each well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put these ones in as well. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to push these to the side for now. Now, you can see there's 2 other samples. We're just going to do 2 samples for now. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put anti-serum A in both the A wells, anti-serum B in both the B wells, and the anti-D serum in the RH wells. And then we're going to mix them with the sticks, and we're going to look for what we call agglutination, which is a clumping action. If it agglutinates, that means the antibody is not good for the antigen within these wells. So if it agglutinates with the A, that means you have A antigens and it's not getting along with this. And another way you could put it is, because it is an A antigen, it might be that the B antibody is inside these different serums. So we'll do it and I will explain it in a moment. It's a little bit difficult, but you'll see. So I'm going to put 3 drops of A antigen in each one. I'm going to put 3 drops of B antigen in each one. Or B antibody, excuse me. And then I'm going to put the RH factor 1 in each one to see if we have negative or positive RH. Okay, now I'm going to mix. And you will notice right away if it's clumping. So I'm going to mix this A1 up. And it's staying pretty liquidy, isn't it? Staying pretty liquidy. Okay, I'm going to get another stick and I'm going to mix the B up. And it's staying, oh wait, maybe a little bit of clumping. Let's see. Sometimes it takes a minute and you gotta wait. But I saw a little clump. Oh yeah, it's definitely clumping up. You can see those clumps forming? All right, we're gonna let that one rest for a minute. We'll come back to it. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do the RH and see what happens. Oh, look at the RH. It's definitely clumping up. You see that? See how thick it is? You see all that? All right. So let me do the B one more time because I think it did. Yeah, you can see a little bit clumping up. You see that little piece right there? It's clumping up a little bit. Okay, well, let's try the next one. So we're going to go ahead and stir the A, and there is no clumping at all. Nothing's happening. We're going to stir the B. Yeah, nothing. Nothing's happening. And now we're going to stir the RH. And look at that. Big old clumps. Okay. So, in both of these blood samples, we had clumping on the RH. So that would be a positive result. Remember, RH can be positive or negative. So we have a positive result in the RH. Now, we had some clumping in the B, and it's getting more and more clumpy as I go. I can see more and more forming little things. So what this would tell us is that this is B positive blood. It did not like the antibody that was given, and so it agglutinated, and it's defending itself against that antibody. And as the RH was clumping up, that means an RH positive. Over here, we had neither A or B clump up, but we had an RH positive. Now, if neither A or B clump up, what do we get? We get O blood. So this right here would be O positive blood. And if you were to do more samples, you would probably see that those blood types were different as well. So we have, once again, we have a B positive right here, and we have an O positive right there. So that's a pretty cool way of understanding different blood types. Now, I do want you to understand something. These blood samples I have, they are not real blood. They are a chemical that reacts to these different antibodies. Now, if you actually want to determine your blood, a doctor is going to either draw blood from you or prick your finger to get a little blood, and then they'll do something similar. They'll look for agglutination and all that stuff, but it's going to be with real blood. I wasn't using real blood, just want you to know that. Now, this is a kit that you can find on the internet, and if you want to find it and purchase it, you can do this experiment too. Which leads me to this. If you do this experiment, please take pictures, take a video. We have a lot of different social media sites, and you can post your pictures or your videos on our Facebook, our Instagram, our Twitter, and you'll become like a superstar, especially if you're doing blood typing. People will be like, wow, a kid's doing blood typing? That's really amazing. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. It's very, very important, because when you hit that button, you will receive notifications about all our other really great videos. Our Mr. O, oh wow moments, our Tater Tots tunes, all the other science videos that we have, and all the cool stories that we read. With that, I am going to say farewell for now. I hope you all are doing really well. I hope to see you soon, and have a great day. Bye for now.